Hey, good morning, friends. It's Joe. Welcome to my Stations of the Cross Reflection Part 1 for Friday, March the 6th. Hope all is well with you on this Friday morning. Friday is typically the day that the Stations of the Cross are done in churches, Christian churches. But we're going to do Part 1 today, and we're going to resume with Part 2 on Sunday. We have to be a little unique, right? I'm going to ask us to pray today, as we have been doing, but I think it requires a lot of prayers, storming the heavens and all of our hearts for peace in the world, and especially peace for those innocent victims, the animals and people who are affected by what is going on in the world right now. Thank you. And I would ask you to continue to pray, even for a few moments each day. It really does help our souls and the souls and hearts of those being affected. We make a connection with them. We will now start our Stations of the Cross time together. We're going to do the first 7 stations today, so let's begin with station number 1. Jesus is condemned to death. Jesus was unjustly condemned. He accepted this out of love for us. He was unjustly condemned, and how true that is. And how true it is that we know that the world is not fair or just many, many times over. The only times we don't seem to realize it is when it's happening to us. I could put my hand up on this one very much and say, yeah, I could accept it when I see it, but not when I have it in my heart. This first station gives us the encouragement to be as Jesus was, to accept some of these unjust actions as best as we possibly can. He stood silent and accepted it. And what a great lesson that is for us. The second station, Jesus takes up his cross. With great courage, Jesus took up his cross. With great courage. How difficult that is to take up a cross with great courage, and courage goes along with a great attitude. Typically, when we are in a moment where we are frustrated, we are needing of that courage, we're feeling a cross, we close our eyes and we get tense. I would encourage us, my friends, at that moment, that's the moment we need to call on Jesus and his example of how he took up his cross with that great courage and great inner strength, and how difficult it is, but we can't let too much time go by. We need to call on him quickly. The third station, Jesus falls the first time. Jesus became like us in human weakness and frailty. Oh, what a beautiful vision that is, isn't it? In some respects, anyway. Jesus falling and under the weight of his cross gives each and every one of us the understanding that we will fall too. And falling is not a bad thing, but we know that Jesus got up and continued on. And that's the encouraging part. It's not as much of falling under the cross, it's how he got up and went on. And that's the lesson in this station for us. Get up and move on. Even though you fell, it's not over. The fourth station, Jesus meets his mother. Mary, your mother, was always there for you. What a beautiful vision it is that Jesus saw his mother and she saw him. Typically, my friends, when we are under the weight of a cross, when we are in a difficult place, we don't recognize those that are there for us so readily. We think, actually, that nobody is there for us, but they are. This station gives us clearly the understanding that under the weight of a cross, under the weight of this difficulty, those that love us the most will be there. We just need to recognize that they're there and appreciate that. The fifth station, Simon of Cyrene helps carry the cross. Simon shared the weight of your cross as you went forward to lay down your life for us. There is a cross that we bear individually, and there's many crosses that we share with so many others, aren't there? My opening prayer for peace in this world and the peace and safety of the innocent victims are one that many of us, if not all of us, carry in our hearts. This is a very positive thing to think about. And then it rolls into the reality that even the ones that we think are personal, they're not. Many of us go through the same thing. This station talks about the community of life that we all should share, the community of belief, the community of realizing we're not in this life alone. And even though we may not know the people that we share crosses with, we realize that we're in it together and we carry them together. A positive thinking for sure. The sixth station, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. The compassion of Veronica for you in your hour of need is a pale reflection of your great compassion for all of us. I really enjoy this station because, as you know, I'm trying my best to institute levels of compassion and empathy for animals around the world. This compassion that Veronica showed to Jesus is so powerful and gives each and every one of us the wisdom that by wiping the face of Jesus, we are wiping the face of so many others in need. And by wiping the face of those who are in need and doing what we can for them, we're wiping the face of Jesus. And this is a huge faith statement for each and every one of us, one that we can rally around, one that can give us real peace and strength in our hearts. But the key is to reach out to maybe those that we didn't reach out to before. The seventh station, Jesus falls the second time. With great courage, you continued and went forward on the road to Calvary. Why would Jesus fall a second time? It seems like we could have saddled this in the first fall, but we can't. And the reason we can't is that this cross points out our human weakness, and Jesus understands it. By falling the second time, he knows that you and I will fall to weakness, to some sins, more than once. It's called a reality. Now, he's not necessarily saying it's okay. He's saying he understands. But once again, he got up and moved on from that second fall. And however many times we fall to weaknesses, we need to get up and do as he did and carry on and do our best. My friends, we will pause here on this seventh station of the cross, and on Sunday at 8:30 Eastern Time in the morning, we will continue with stations 8 through 14. I hope this was enjoyable to you. I always welcome and appreciate your comments or your thoughts and your questions. But as I always say, I appreciate you being here with me. I wish you and your loved ones a very blessed Friday, and I look forward to seeing you back here on Sunday. Until then, take good care.